Good morning, good afternoon, good evening or good night whenever this video is being watched. Welcome back to Roblox Aeronautica. Yes, we're back at it again. They have once again done a new update and they have added a new piece of Dutch history. The Fokker F.26 Phantom. It's a prototype airliner. I'm okay with that. I would have rather seen the F-28 Fellowship, because the F.28 Fellowship was a mass-produced airliner. Instead they came with this, but that's okay. At least I hope it's okay, because I haven't tested out yet. As you can see in the hangar, mileage 0 Newton meters, time 0 minutes. Fuel 100%, condition 100% perfect. This is going to be the very first time me flying this thing. The one that scared me, however, the one that scares me is the range. 46 Newton meters. That is not much compared with the Fokker 70, which can do 108. It's even less than the Fokker 614. But we are going to see how this will go. I think that's the best option. It does have job events, which is nice. That means better payments. And yes, it does indeed. This is a 106 Newton meter flight, which is a regular one for 2K, nearly 3K. And here we have one less distance for more than double. So let's just do that. I'm very curious how this will fly. Cabin lights, regular lights, not much else, but that's okay. It's kind of cute. I have to say, it's cute. And the most funny thing is, I know a lot of planes from the Netherlands. Fokker was the most successful. I didn't know this one. This is the only one I didn't know about. And probably there are some more, because they have also added another Fokker I haven't heard about yet. But that's from a earlier update. But this one is also new for me. Taxiing seems to be much better than the 614. Let's just try to slowly take off, or slowly taxi, yeah. Effortlessly. The 614 is tipping over, like the Panavia Tornado used to do a lot. Kind of tail strike by just moving the plane. It feels light just by turning. Feels very lightweight. Let's see when we get this thing airborne, what will happen. Okay, that's the same sound from the C-17, if I'm not correct. But indeed, it has a very... It doesn't need much. How should I say? It doesn't need much runway. It is very light to control. But the fuel range, this is literally the same speed getting out. Like fuel consumption is kind of the same like flying a fighter jet. This is a bit too much. We probably gonna have to refuel. Anhydrol International. Yeah. We gonna have to refuel. Probably already when we are over the mountain. I hope we can extend it a little bit. What's the surface ceiling of this thing? Does it even have 30k feet? I don't like this flap. The way of the engines, the way the engines are placed, also feel kind of unreal. It sure is a Dutch piece of history, apparently. It's not my favorite design, however. Okay, we are expanding a bit, which is the thing I was hoping for. The higher you fly, the less fuel consumption is a problem. No wonder I was so confused. I have to go that way. Now it's perfectly lined up. And yep, we have to refuel. Because we have to go to here. Which is literally like the same circle. Speed is also finally picking up. It doesn't matter how much. Okay, that's. We're not going to do that again. Because microphone pops. Even though I wish I can climb higher, we can slowly get some extra time, but we cannot extend it that much to end up here. We're not going to make it towards. I need only one go, we have to refuel. And we are going to refuel at Oakport. Okay, it's a plane that doesn't like the keybind 5. I'm actually glad it's never made it into production. The only reason I have it is because it's a piece of Dutch history. That's the only reason. Do I like the plane? Absolutely not. Terrible fuel range to begin with. The payments are not considered great. It's more of a collection piece than that it is good for grinding. And I'm a grinder myself, so this plane is a big no-go in that case. Yeah, I'm gonna have to refuel there. There's no other spot for me. And Oakport is right here, right in front of me now. And I'm way too high up. I also don't want to nosedive too much, but I think I'm gonna have to. However, the turning, he has a very sharp turning angle. That's a big positive. He can literally make very, very sharp turns, which is incredible for an airliner. Yeah, now we're overspeeding. Almost overspeeding, by the way. He is very maneuverable. I have to give him that. But getting ambush status on this won't happen anytime soon. No, this plane. It's too shitty for that. Damn, I'm almost out of fuel now. I think I have a problem. I have to bring it in. There's another way. Otherwise I won't make it to the runway. And that's a big red flag. This is a big red flag. This is for me personally a big red flag. I don't like this. Now I'm forced to glide because I didn't want to nosedive. Well, I kind of have to. I wanted to go for a go around, and if I would have had my engines on, it wouldn't have happened. I will be out of fuel before I touch down. So now it comes down to my piloting skills and some in-game experience to just glide this thing, and last minute I'm going to turn it back on. But I'm not enjoying this flight. I definitely don't. And now I'm forced to reverse thrust, because otherwise I'm shoving this thing in the ground due to its short takeoff speed. I can basically take off under 100 knots if I want to. And just by reverse thrust, the fuel is also quite difficult. Very not economical. I'm very sorry, but I have to do this. I'm going to put night vision on. 3, 2, 1. Sorry. I have to find a refuel station, and as soon as it gets dark, you're not able to find it. Trust me. No way I would have made this otherwise. And I'm also going to do something else I never do otherwise. I'm going to instantly yeet it. And why? Because that gives you the best chance to still make it. I'm not going to risk it by wasting fuel by taxiing to the runway and take off from there. Like I said, I could take off under 100 knots on speed. Just look at this long runway. I was all the way there, somewhere in this area. I had to go all the way to here, or taking the shortcut, but also that would cost a lot of fuel. We have seen that by just taxiing to the runway where we just started. I just took off, and now my fuel is already at 88%. knowing that this one is worse than the 614 is ridiculous. Just look at how ugly this thing is. Night vision off. Just look how ugly. I don't know who designed it to be to give a plane breast like this, but apparently it does. Look at this shit. Just a plane with a set of tits. That's literally what it is. I cannot explain it otherwise. It's just an ugly plane. Why do I have it? Dutch history. That's the only reason. Honestly. I can hopefully gain some time. We have refueled here. This is where we have to go. This is the room we have now. Hopefully, and probably we will once we reach a certain altitude. But we don't have much room. I have to keep climbing. This is 31 millimeters out and 46% of fuel. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I just refueled. I'm actually glad I heated it. I'm curious, once we touch down, how much fuel I have left. I'm just curious. We're not even close. Well, we have given more room. We have more room to work with now. And we're still climbing, so we still have... let's just straighten up now. Otherwise... I have to nosedive as well. But as a Dutchman, I'm disappointed in this plane. It's a nice concept, but that's all it is. I'm not proud of this one. But hey, it's Dutch. And if there's a Dutch plane available in the game, I would love to get my hands on it. And there are more former plane manufacturers in the Netherlands, but Fokker is the best known and the most successful until they got bankrupt. But Fokker still exists. They just don't make planes anymore. They are planning to go back into plane business, but right now they're making plane parts. Plus, and I recently learned this, they have been part of the Concorde program. No, not Concorde, Airbus. If I want to go on the facts route, I have to get my facts straight. They held on the Airbus program. There were several countries and nations helping on Airbus, and Fokker actually was part of the Airbus program. And why do I assume it's Fokker? It makes the most sense. In the history side I've learned is that Netherlands as a nation worked on it. But why I assumed it to be Fokker is the one nowadays making airplane parts. And from every former or aviation history in the Netherlands, is Fokker still a company. It doesn't make planes, but it still makes parts. So whenever someone is saying, well, the Netherlands, the Dutch make parts for the Airbus, yeah, Fokker is the most likely because they make airplane parts. I just forgot what parts they made. It had something to do with the wings. That's as far as I know, but I don't know if they made the wings completely or that they made parts for the wings. Kind of have to go back to that part. But anyways, we have finally reached the airport. We have almost touched down. And we have almost 30% of fuel left. And I have to reverse thrust again because I still have overspeed. And if it was a 747, for example, or a bigger plane, I could afford that. But for a plane that can take off from... Ooh, okay. From a plane that can take off with a speed from less than 100 knots, I cannot risk touching down with 200 plus knots of speed. That would be too dangerous. And that's not the purpose of this video. I want to take it on safely. I didn't want to waste time. And finally we succeeded. I have done first impression flights in the past, which either didn't go as planned, due to either corrupt recordings, a tiny mistake with touching down, overspeed, another small incident. Because when you fly a plane for the first time, you never know what's going to happen. And I have expected a lot, but not this, flying this plane. The fuel is the biggest red flag, basically. Like when I wanted to touch down at the airport, when I wanted to go for a go around, instead of nosediving, I wished I still nosedive. Now, what's the estimated time we have done? 20.77 minutes. And the estimated time in the beginning was 30 minutes, so we have extended that as well. Well, that was the first impression, finally a first successful impression of testing a new plane. Hopefully the developers will add the F.26 Fellowship, which is also a jetliner from Fokker. Then I have the whole KLM City Helper line complete. This one is, in my opinion, an unnecessary ad. Just a plane with titties. I have no other words for it. I'm very sorry, once again. The other Fokker they have added, and I know there are multiple other Fokkers We have several at the biggest aviation museum in the Netherlands. Another recent Fokker they added is this one, the DVII, if I say it correctly, the D7. I have never heard from this plane either. But as you can see, we have the whole Fokker fleet complete, several 50s. As you can see, I've also put it the same livery, and yes, it does work. If you go to Aeronautica for the public liveries, you can either for a Fokker 50, you can add this livery, but it works for every Fokker 50. As you can see, I have a Fokker 50 MPA. Livery works. Not on the tail, but we still have Royal Netherlands Air Force, we still have that Air Force sign. We have the Fokker 50F. It does work on the tail. It's more here, but still works. And we have this Fokker 50, the regular one. And this is the one where it is designed for. But it works in every Fokker 50. Only hoping they will add public liveries to this one too. But yeah, like I said, the whole Fokker fleet is still complete. If we go to vehicle database and we type in Fokker, everyone is the one we have. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment or subscribe. Turn on the notifications to not miss out anything. You know the drill. Check down the socials via the links in the description. That's what I want to do. On my left you can see 2 Aeronautica videos. And of course on my right the 2 subscribe buttons for the main channels. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Bye bye.